Hey tubers, nice to see you again. Well, I guess what I've got for you today is a little car repair video. And what we're looking at here is a 2002 Camry with, I don't know, 116,000 miles. Pretty good shape. And what I'm going to try to do here, get the hood open, find a little lever, there we go. Okay, and as we look under the hood, all looks pretty nice here. Everything's clean, no drips. But because the car is so old, what I'm going to do is I want to replace the drive belt. It's cracked and it's just old. But according to the book, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I'm getting all my pretty much basic instructions off this book and YouTube videos. Hopefully somebody will put up something good. But the book says I have to take off that wheel splash guard on the inside and I can get to the belt that way. So that's what this video is about, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. Alright, now Biscuit has jacked up the car and she popped the wheel off for me. And the belt is right here. And they say to get at it, you've got to take off this. Mine's a little broken here at the bottom. This piece of plastic that's a splash guard. It's got screws and some kind of nuts. I'll just figure it all out. That's solid car, so that ain't coming out. But maybe that panel can come out too. And that might give me enough access. We'll see what happens. But as you can see, the splash guard has to come out, and I believe that other little panel too has got to come off. Alright. Quick peek at the pads. They nice and fat. I did a brake job a while back, so they're in good shape. Okay, taking everything off so far has been these little screws. But as you work your way around the fender on the underside, you've got some of these little pop-in pins, and you just slip a screwdriver between the two and pry them apart, and then they'll come out of the hole. Okay, like every good car repair, there's times when you've got to go off the grid. I've taken all the screws out and it's coming apart fine, except when we got right here. These screws are out, but there's some kind of a clip holding them together, and it's extra big on the back side. I can't figure it out. So like all good car repairs, I'm going off the grid. I'm just going to slip a hacksaw blade in there and cut them through, and that'll free up the fender. Okay, my problem is I've got everything exposed. I just can't figure out the belt tensioner. Now I know it's not that part of it. Right below it is this big belt with our wheel with 4 nuts. That doesn't look like it. Then below that is a big one with a nut on it, but that's right going through the center of the motor. That's not a belt tensioner. Now just above it and over, I got this little bad boy here, and it's got some kind of Allen wrench fitting on the inside of it. And then way over, last but not least, is that third wheel. And looking at it from the underside, see, there's the third belt wheel. That's not it. And I don't believe it's this one over here, because there's nothing to turn on. Now I have no idea what the hell this thing is that's just below the little wheel right there. And that's the one with the Allen wrench type fitting, which I don't have an Allen wrench for. That's not it. I don't think this is it. So I got to figure this out. Hey tubers, I got it out and it was a bitch. Okay. Now let me tell you, the problem was I couldn't figure out, unlike the Tundra, the tensioner is not an actual pulley. What it is right there, that little fake nut. You'll put a 19mm wrench on it, or socket, and you got to pry down. Now let me tell you, this bad boy was so hard to operate that I had to put the socket on it. Okay, and the only reason I really went all this extreme was because I saw somebody else's video. Theirs popped right off. And then I had to double up with this wrench so I could pull it enough to make it function. If I'd have had a pry bar, I'd have used that. But anyways, it was hard to come off, but I got the belt off. It's way overdue. I mean, if you look at it, you can see the cracking and shit. I don't think this belt's ever been changed. So, time for a new belt. Hey, here's something to look at. I want you to see the old belt, because really got lucky. Not only is it cracking, and I don't know if you get a good shot of this, but not only is it cracking and breaking, when you go to the smooth side, where the seam of the belt is joined together, look at that. Now you know that's bad when your belts are doing that. That was just an accident waiting to happen. Got real lucky. Alright, we're back. And before I go any further in this car repair, I gotta tell you I'm really happy because my fame must be doing something. Not only am I having people subscribe to my YouTube videos, they see me in West Virginia, come up and say, "Hi, where's the red boy?" And they do that in front of my friends. I'm now getting hate mail from strangers. It's perfect. Alright, well, I've got a drywall pail here and a handsaw, and I'm gonna hack this bad boy up a little and get some plastic that I can use to fix the fender wells. Alright, tubers, here's what we've done. I've taken my piece of drywall pail and I've cut it to shape of this fender piece. And what I'm going to do is, see how it is on the front? Well, I'm putting it on the inside, the back side. Okay? Then I'll just take a little clamp, and then what I'm going to do is drill a bunch of holes and pop rivet that badass to this plastic fender. And then in order to reinforce the corners, I've bent some pieces of drywall pail, and those will be the little tabs. Use whatever you got. If you don't have a drywall bucket and you know you've got some other plastic material, an old dog box, whatever, go for it. I'll show you what this looks like when I'm all done. You don't need to see me drilling and pop riveting. Enough said. I'm going to cut to that clip and you're going to see that I've cut up a drywall pail and manufactured some plastic pieces. Now here they are from the back side. I put them in, but when this is in the wheel well, it'll look pretty good, you know. And I've taken the pop rivets and I've beaten them over on the back side so they don't stick out. Probably should have used shorter ones. I bought 1/2 inch. Quarter would have been plenty. Okay, and I've got all these buckets and pieces that I'm going to install. And let's take a look at that down in here. Okay, so what we've got is I've replaced the belt right here, and I've got it all routed. And this is the piece that's going to go in, this guard and this little piece here. And as I start putting things together, I'll give you some pictures. I'm done. I got this panel reinstalled. And I don't know how well the light meter is going to work in the shadows here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. As you can see, that's the back of the drywall pail. And I just pop riveted everything to it. And then if you look down here, you can see how I made some brackets out of the same drywall bucket and just screwed everything together. Now, everything fit nice. They didn't have the pieces. Remember I cut them off? They didn't have those plugs at the car dealer. So I just pop riveted it. The hell with it. You can't fix things with a good pop rivet, you in trouble. Alright, that panel's back on. This baby looks dyno. All I'm going to do now is put the wheels back on and call it done.